Have you ever felt that you are not compatible with your friends anymore? It's kind of feeling that make you try to move on and start a new circle. Not because you are antisocial, but simply you value yourself. Good friends make you develop, not only just for fun, but they give you strength. But sometimes we don't realize whether those friends are good or not for us because we used to be together with them for too long. Here, I'm not encouraging you to have less friends. Friends are good and important for your social life. But I just want you to be aware whether you are in toxic relationship amongst friends that impact you. There are signs that friends might give you toxicity and the best make to let them go. First, you feel stagnant and you don't feel any improvement. Take a moment and ask yourself, are they people who are motivated and having ambition to strive for more? Do these people give you inspiration? Do these people drive you to be better? Good friends give you inspiration in good vibes. Once I felt that I was surrounded by people who do carefree. There is moment that I don't click with them. And it's no use to tell them about self-improvement who are not focusing on their self-growth. Instead, they are doing party every night, hookups, playing video games until late night without any purpose. After hard times that struck me continuously, it made me realize that I couldn't keep to continue to live like this anymore. Then I gradually tried to improve myself to do the small thing first, like trying to sleep early night, reading books, doing workout 5 times a week. When I'm already capable to maintain those habits, which they become the part of my life, I start to feel that those friends have not the same wavelength with me anymore. They felt my absence and stopped trying to invite me. Even though it gave me the deep sense of loneliness, but I realized that it gave me the best version of myself. I look younger than those friends who are at my age due to the healthy habits that I practice. I have deep sense of loving myself and it gave me confidence and control over my life in order. I become aware and mindful to keep myself away from any kind of negative vibes. I also noticed that environment plays an important role to shape you, not only physically but also digitally. When you follow your friends on social media like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and any other kind of social media, those algorithms will take you to see what your friend used to see. Sometimes you consume the content that you don't consider it's important, or the content that you don't want to see that might affect your thought. Well, me personally, I like content that lead me to be better, like self-treatment account, gym, art, and quotes that at least gave me a positive vibes or inspiration. Real friends are the one who make you to grow together. They will support you, motivate you, instead of dragging you down to be stagnant. In other words, they are comfortable when you have the same level with them, but they will be envy for you if you are step way ahead from them. Second one is being criticism and judgmental over your choice. If your friends are smoker and you don't smoke, of course you will be judged and it is inevitable. But the essential thing that I stress here, if they cannot accept your choice and criticize it, once most of my friends are 80% smokers, they often offered me to smoke frequently, but I keep declining it. That doesn't mean we cannot be friends because I'm not smoker, because I don't see any benefits from smoking. Instead, it will give me unhealthy addiction and decrease my value. So at the end, and most of them don't get bothered by my choice and we still contact until now. Otherwise, if those people insist me to force me to smoke and complain a lot over my choice which made me cannot be in their circle, that means that we cannot be friends at all. And the third one, they show no interest and don't care about you at all. Hard times are good to know who your real friends are. It's good moment to filter whether they are real or fake friends. Once I realized myself that I regret putting them in my private number, I saved my friends' contact in my desktop Because for me, WhatsApp is more private social media than any others. And that was the time I was unstable and in critical moment. There was no one I could talk to. Instead, I felt lonely. I tried to make the story and stuff that I wasn't okay, but there were only story viewers and no one cared at all. It's kind of you are craving for attention but nothing changed. That only made me feel sorry over myself. It became my lesson not to spill my emotion in social media for public consumption. Because there were only two possibilities. They are only curious about you. They don't care about you at all. That's the moment I was hit by the fact about friends. I decided to filter who can really be in my circle. It gave me unhappy feeling and sign that it's toxic relationship, which means you can consider them as your real friends. If you have best friend who care the most about you must be grateful because it's rare. I used to be active to listen my friends' problem and show support for them. It's like I just broke up with James. Why does he not call me recently? I just met strangers and it's kinda weird. My coworker just slandered me and others. But when it's time for me to talk, they don't consider on my own. Instead of doing quick interruption, I could tell that it's time for me to go. I just don't want to be the only emotional dumping for them. Real friends be there when you are in hard times, showing support and listening to you. And the fourth one, they are manipulative. Manipulative friends are hard to distinguish, but the common pattern that they use are they often use other people's insecurities for their own good, or being a gaslighter to adopt the perspective that you had to live. Those manipulative friends are dangerous to let them to be in your circle. So you have to be careful to put your trust to share your secret and personal problem. Otherwise, it will be boomerang for you. Manipulative friends will use it against you and break the trust that you have established. Trust is like a glass. Once it's broken, you can mend it back to the previous state. No matter how much you try to repair it, the shattered piece will always be there. And the fifth one is they don't value your time. Time is valuable, it's priceless. Even the most successful people say that time is more valuable than money. They wish they could buy the time to go back to their youth. Not valuing the time is not only being late on the schedule, but also wasting their potential like their youth only for carefree and only entertainment. I have friends who are always late. We always made schedule to meet, but I had to wait an hour or more than what's been promised. It's like they don't even consider me whether I have other schedule or not. I still tolerate while their excuses are still making sense. It's not only for the first time, but countless times, and they didn't change their habits. I told myself that it's not worth investing relationship with them because they also didn't respect me. Imagine accumulating the times that I used to wait. It can be more than 24 hours or days. I can use this time to other things rather than waiting. I think that's all from me. Talking about friends, there's a quote that clings inside my mind. It says that if you want to know who you really are, just show me your three closest friends. Bye.